Nerds, who wants a shot at the champ?
The money line is live. It's UFC 273. I am AJ Chimaev today, guys. You know, I'm repping the Chimaev gang all the way through. And I'm here with my guy, Mike Finch. Mike, what is up, my brother?
I'm good, man. It's my wife's birthday today, so just in a good mood, celebrating, man. How are you?
Beautiful, beautiful, man. I'm glad, bro. I'm fantastic, bro. I got the new look going for myself.
I'm digging the no hat, bro.
Yeah,
we're
bro.
looking at we're getting some Khamzat vibes here.
Listen, brother, I gonna smash these picks, brother. I gonna smash every pick. I'm feeling excited, bro. You guys know I'm a Khamzat fanatic, bro. So we had to go with the Khamzat Chimaev look today, bro. We're rocking it Khamzat style today, bro. The hat will be back as usual per upcoming videos, man. But this is the Khamzat look for today, bro. We're bringing the smash type look, bro.
We the comments are going crazy, so that's what you look like with hair. People are saying exactly.
Bro, earlier today I got a haircut.
AJ Uncovered episode 1.
Uncovered episode 1. Listen, I went to the barbershop today, guys, and I said, listen, I need this. I said, this is what I need, guys. I said, give me that. I said, that's what I need. And they said, here you go. And we got it, bro. And we're in the house.
I like it, man. I like it. There's the Schmo and there's AJ Chimaev. We got a character, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is it, bro. This is the character for the day, man. AJ fucking Chimaev, bro. This guy says I look like a young George Masvidal. That's fucking hilarious, bro. Holy shit. That's great, bro. That's great.
Florida.
Listen, man. They think I'm bald, bro. Everybody thinks I got no hair on there. Bro, I got the full
It's like,
thing,
see,
bro.
they think you're hiding something under there. That's why I said the uncovering. This is AJ coming out of the hat closet. Okay,
listen,
we're seeing what he's really got to offer us.
I have to once in a while, bro. I'm gonna smash and kill these picks, brother. Let's fucking go. Well, Mike, it's your girl's birthday, so I don't want to hold you too long. Normally we're sitting here talking for 2 hours, so we'll try to go at hyper speed today.
Let's get it.
We'll keep it running. All right, guys. So we are going to start it right off. And if you haven't, smash the likes as always. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Keep it locked in. We're going to first go to fight number 1. It is Julio Arce versus Daniel Willie Cat Santos. Mike, I am very excited about this fight. Willie Cat, it's a shoot the box guy, bro. I am hype on shoot the box. You hear that?
I love watching them fight.
They're so entertaining. And this guy brings that classic shoot the box, relentless pressure, pretty dangerous with the hands. I like the hooks. I like the low kicks. I like the strength. I like his high knees that he'll bring up the center. I feel like Julio Arce, though, is a very difficult debut. You come into the UFC, your first fight, and they throw you Julio Arce. I guess I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest, because Willie Cat hasn't fought in like 2.5 years since, pre-Rona. And he's coming in right out the gate to take on somebody with the experience of Julio Arce at a high level. Granted, this is Arce at 135. At 135, I personally don't believe Arce is going to be as effective, man. I think at 45, his body is in the perfect spot. He's fully rehydrated and ready to go. At 35, I think there's less power on the punches. I'm not saying the durability isn't there, but he was knocked out last fight. Slept Song Yadong. Granted, Song Yadong's knocking out everybody that touches his chin as of late. So I guess it's a fair loss on that one. But I don't know, man. I have this feeling of Willie Cat. I've been on Willie Cat all week. I like the pressure, and I think he could pressure Arce and pull this one off. I'm going Willie Cat Santos upset. Mike, give me your side. Dog to start it off.
Shit. All right, fair enough. I see what you're saying. I think Arce is more technical, and I like that he fights at kicking range, AJ. I think there's going to be a problem getting inside for Santos. What Santos is going to want to do, that style that they bring, man. They move forward. They throw multiple punches, and everything's got their hips behind it. Boom, boom. They're trying to crack you with those shots. And when one guy is loading up a little bit and the other guy is not, that accumulation really does add up, man. I like Arce in this fight. I think Julio's going to just need to move around that cage, make sure that he's staying away from power shots. He does run a risk of getting KO'd in this fight. It's a tough one to pick. No way I'm betting on it. First one, I'm going to go on the opposite side, my brother. Decision, close, good fight, and definitely not one that I like on this card as far as betting goes.
Honestly, I'm glad to hear you going with the Arce side without a ton of confidence, because I am on the underdog, man. I have this I have the Willie Cat bug, bro. As soon as I started watching film on the guy, I said, damn, I like the style. I like the matchup.
Hell yeah.
Now, as far as the odds, though, they are towards Arce. He's the favorite around -190, -175 best value. Willie Cat Santos +165 at the best. I like +165 for Willie Cat, man. I personally think it's, I guess, a bit of a let me try it first type bet because this is his debut. You know, if you're looking for like safer dogs, guys like, yes, yes, yes. I can't give him that stamp of approval because at the end of the day, we haven't seen him fight in 2.5 years. From what I saw, I like a lot. Arce is a difficult matchup. I think we're in for a fun fight nonetheless. No matter what happens, I'm not going to be disappointed here because I do think Willie Cat has a chance, and I'm excited for his UFC progression no matter what happens through this fight, man. I'm on Willie Cat.
100% agreed. Great way to open up the card. I think Santos is going to be letting his hands go. If he fatigues a little in the third round, I think this could start being a fight of the night type of fight. It could go that way. I actually hope it does. I'd like to see both of these guys tested a little more. I think it'll be a fun one. I think they're going to strike.
Yeah, I think it's mostly stand up here, man. But then we'll go and the fight will happen and it'll be a takedown
immediately, right?
One of them. Yeah, that might be how it goes. But no, I like it, bro. I'm liking the
Arce is hard to get to, man. It's hard to close the distance on him. I think they'll be on the feet.
I like it, bro. And I think Willie Cat is going to impress. I think he's going to impress, man. Willie Cat for me, Arce for Mike Finch. I like that take, man. And you know what, bro? Whenever I'm on the opposite side of you, it's great if I'm on like, especially a dog, and you're not like, hey, I'm all over the favorite. This is an absolute lock. So I'm glad to hear that. I didn't know. I was like, where is it? Damn, might be all over Arce, and then it'll make me shake a little bit in my boots. But I'm shaking in my boots, bro.
Significant power difference. And the more dangerous man is Santos. But the UFC experience, man, if this thing can go a couple rounds, Arce is not going to stand in front of him. That's what I'm seeing.
I like it, bro. I like it. Let's keep running up the card. Piera Rodriguez, K. Hansen, the ladies going after it here.
Another good one.
This is a fun fight, man. I feel like this is definitely a tricky matchup, and I see the line being as close as it is for a reason. Mike, Piera Rodriguez is looking like a pretty good prospect. Kay Hansen, more experienced girl, but was that prospect at one point? What side are you kind of leaning towards here? What do you like about each?
I like that Kay Hansen's back down in her weight class. You know, I don't want to see Kay Hansen fighting up in weight. She does a lot better right here, and she's a better grappler than this girl. That's kind of the way I see this fight, striker versus grappler. You know, I think if Rodriguez is very patient on the feet too. You know, if you dig back into some of her older fights, like her strike count isn't very high, but very accurate, and she knows how to put pressure on people when she needs to. I think that she's going to control the striking in this fight, and so it's going to be up to Hansen to grapple, and it's a close one. Another one I won't bet on. I'm going to go Hansen, brother. I think Hansen could get a decision here, and, you know, she's just going to do a lot better with a girl her size, and if she's stronger, she might dominate this fight. I'm not sure she is. I'm not going to bet on her, but, you know, I think Hansen, who's got the biggest advantage? The biggest difference is Hansen on the top position. If Hansen gets on top of her, it's going to really turn the tide of this fight. You know, Rodriguez does not have the jiu-jitsu level that Hansen does. So if Hansen can get it in her realm, I think she'll win. Decision.
Okay. I like Piera Rodriguez, man. I think the stand-up game, definitely a factor. My biggest thing is this. We talk about Hansen. She gets a lot of hype because of her grappling, which is pretty good. Is it going to match up as well as we're thinking against Piera Rodriguez? So this is a very if-heavy matchup, right? Because Rodriguez has looked good from what we've seen. I see solid get-ups from the ground position. I do see like a tenacious striking style, heavy pressure, a girl that likes to fight. But yeah, definitely a lot of ifs. It's not one of those ones you want to go throw everything towards, but I think Piera Rodriguez can etch out a decision. But the other side can be said. I mean, you're out here, you're on Kay Hansen. I think we can both agree it's a true pick'ems fight.
Yeah.
And either one winning, I don't feel like I'm going to have a ton of surprise. I'll be like, okay, Piera Rodriguez is legit. Oh, Kay Hansen, more experienced girl, superior girl, probably in the ground positions, as you said.
Exactly. I have more to rely on with Hansen than I do with Rodriguez. If I see Rodriguez, this is going to be a good test. We're going to learn a lot about Rodriguez in this fight. I'm excited for it. And thank you guys for the shout out for the happy birthday, Mrs. Finch. I will let her know.
Hey, listen, happy birthday to Mrs. Finch, my brother. Happy birthday to her. Now, this matchup, I do want to bring up the betting odds. Hansen is plus money, plus 100 at some spots, but I'll be honest, the majority of places you'll see it more towards minus 110, minus 115, with Piera being a ever so slight favorite. It's a pick'ems matchup, as it should be, and I am excited to see how it goes down. Hansen coming off back-to-back losses is kind of in a rough spot, and that's why she's given this debuting girls to lock this one out, man.
Exactly right, man. She's been put in big fights and she hasn't come out on top twice now. So it's a do or die moment for her and a big opportunity for Rodriguez. I'm gonna have fun watching this one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good matchup. Now, I do want to note this: over 2.5 rounds, minus 225. Fight goes distance is minus 190. There's some potential to play the over-unders or the goes distance type position on this one. I don't think you want to go absolutely nuts touching the money lines here. If you want to touch them, though, no shame for it if you're feeling confident on either side. I like it, though. Mike, we're on different sides to start the night off for each of these matchups. That's interesting, man. I'm throwing jabs at you, Mike. You got to counter with the double leg, brother.
I'll keep my head moving, brother.
That's good. That's what I like to hear, man. Let's keep running this next one. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, Josh Fremd. With Josh Fremd, what we see, I think, is a pretty decent kickboxing game. I like the range from him. He's a long, tall guy, 6 feet 3 inches tall, to the shorter Hernandez, who's about 6 foot. I feel like Anthony Hernandez has a power advantage. He's been fighting in the UFC a while now, so I think that's an advantage as well. Now, position where I think Hernandez can really shine is if it's on the floor, but I don't see Hernandez with the wrestling chops to easily get it there against Josh Fremd, especially like the height differential, the leverage. I think it favors Fremd in clinch positions, and Anthony Hernandez is not one of those guys that I see with like a great blast double leg where he's taking you. He's not Khamzat Chimaev and you running across the octagon and throwing you down. It's more he'd go to the floor if positionally it gets there or a punch puts you there. I kind of feel like club and sub is the way I'm going to lean on this one, man. So I'm going to go with Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. I'm thinking club and sub. I'm going submission in the second or third round. Mike, Josh Fremd, decent prospect. What are you kind of feeling with this matchup here?
Definitely a decent prospect. Yeah, really experienced. If you start looking him up, I was watching fights his like 7 years ago, so he's definitely a guy who's had a lot of kickboxing experience, mixed martial arts experience. Looks like he had a good amateur career as well. I don't think it's going to be enough, man. I don't think he presents enough of a threat. And I also don't think, there's a couple of clips you could watch of him getting countered. And if you watch, he's got kind of a lazy jab that he likes to throw out there. Hernandez has got some power in his hands. I like the club and sub, but I might even leave the sub out, man. I'm thinking Hernandez might score a knockout here.
We might just club him. He's in a clean cockle, man. Put him cold. I like that. I definitely think
we'll go to Subway after.
Yeah, I definitely think he can get his sub afterwards, man. I like that, bro. That's funny. When you stuck that one in there, I like it, bro. I'm with you, bro. I think that this is a fight that probably ends inside distance, and we both see Anthony Hernandez leading the way. Now, as far as the odds here, minus 200, minus 190, best value for Fluffy Hernandez. Josh Fremd is around a plus 170 as an underdog. Do we go long here? How many rounds do you see this fight, Mike? That's the ultimate question for you. I'm kind of thinking it gets done definitely within the 3 rounds, but maybe Fremd lasts, a round and a half, 2 rounds before Fluffy would find that chin, but it could also happen quick, lightning quick. I mean, Fremd recent knockout loss, 2 minutes, 30 seconds around to Gregory Rodriguez.
That's right. And you guys all saw Hernandez, score that knockout against Jordan Wright. He just kind of hunted him down, let his hands go. I think he's going to look to do that, man. I would pick early if I'm going to pick a knockout. I don't love doing that. I always got to remind you guys, I go money line. But if you were going to pick a finish, going first round KO for Hernandez. I think he's going to let his hands go. I think he's going to look good in this fight, man.
I like it, bro. Well, for the knockout prop, I'm going to give it to you here. It's actually pretty juicy, around plus 300. On the opposite side, I guess not really the opposite side, but the opposite finishing side for Hernandez, plus 185 towards Anthony Hernandez winning by submission here. So definitely more plus money on the knockout side. I like club and sub. Mike likes knockout. That's a tricky predicament. So if you want to just go inside distance, you're looking at minus 120. You lose that plus money, which I guess is the risk you guys are going to have to run, man.
It depends on how much fun you're trying to have on Saturday, all right? Do you feel like sweating a little bit? That'll turn it up for you.
Sweat it out, bro. I'm laughing at some of these comments, bro. They're saying I look like Adrian Yanez. But then I look like a young Masvidal. Listen, bro, I'm going for the Khamzat Chimaev look today, but I guess I look too much like these other guys to fully pull it off, man. But listen, this is Khamzat inspired, bro. This is Khamzat inspired, brother. Khamzat
Guys got to use a little imagination, imagine the lip, you know what I mean? You got to get a little imagination.
Yeah, if I listen, bro, if I had a makeup artist, we'd pull this one off for sure. But I'm going
Halloween.
AJ himself.
I need to see it. Okay, October episode. Can you give me a full Khamzat?
I don't know if I can pull it off. I think this is the best I can, unless I really grew the beard out long. But it was just it wasn't enough time, bro. I guess I do look a little bit like fucking Masvidal, man. I'm looking at myself I'm like shit. Young Masvidal, man, fighting at 55, bro. That's great, bro. That's great. I appreciate the compliments on me without the hat, bro. Listen, the hat's not disappearing. It's not going away, but I just figured let me mix it up. Let me show off the fresh cut, bro. But guys, let's keep running up. Me and Mike Finch, both same side. Anthony Hernandez, both thinking finish for him. Let's jump to our next fight, which is a strange one. Aleksei Oleinik, Jared Vanderaa. Mike, I want to hear your take first on this matchup of heavyweights that I guess are in opposite positions. I think Oleinik is very towards the end, whereas Vanderaa is a young heavyweight. I don't believe he's 30 years of age yet. Is it Vanderaa with the limited grappling skill set getting subbed, or really is it Oleinik with the limited striking getting caught on the feet? I mean, it's just a weird fight, man.
Really well put, though. That's somebody who's definitely can explain what's happening. Like that is exactly it. The risk is very high for both men in both situations. So it's about where does this fight take place. Vanderaa kicks hard, man. And if Oleinik likes to, start getting a little slow on pulling his hand back like he likes to, one of those head kicks can sail up there and end the night. If I had to pick, which I do, I got to go Vanderaa. However, Oleinik, if he's on his back, he could still submit you. If you're mounted on top of him, he'll still throw that Ezekiel choke in there. Very, very tough, weird guy to pick against. If you guys watched like Oleinik roll against Gordon Ryan, though, and Oleinik roll against like top level jiu-jitsu, his jiu-jitsu is really not that level. His wrestling's not that level. He's just a specialist, So it's important to understand he's not Nogueira. He's not Frank Mir. He's a specialist and he does certain things really well. I don't think it'll be enough, man. I got Vanderaa getting a kick in, getting a couple punches in, maybe putting the the aging, respectfully, Oleinik away.
I like it, bro. I think he is aging, bro. Getting older. I think you look at the fights recently. I mean, the Spivak fight, he looked okay. Gets knocked out against, what is it? Derek Lewis, Chris Dawkins. Fair knockout losses, but I look at it like this. I think Sergey Spivak, MMA math doesn't work for this reason. Spivak ran through Vanderaa. Spivak had a challenge against Oleinik. Spivak is a wrestler, right? And I think with the wrestling, I guess Spivak's more of a grappler, but has better wrestling offensively than Aleksei Oleinik. So for me, I see it as Oleinik being kind of a sloppy stand-up fighter, Vanderaa, a guy who shines on the feet. This fight was rescheduled. He had more time to prepare. I think this is a better Vanderaa. Naturally bigger too. Remember this, Oleinik weighs in the 220s. Vanderaa comes in high, bro, 265, 266. Yeah. I think that right there is going to limit the effectiveness of the grappling, is that weight difference to get the fight to the floor. And that's why I'm going Vanderaa by knockout, bro.
Got it. Yeah, I think Oleinik needs to take him down on the fence. I don't see him doing it in the open mat. The only way he would is by waiting on a kick. Vanderaa kicks really hard, and when a fighter chooses to generate all the kinetic energy they can in a kick, it's a little slower. It's the same thing on a punch. You really want to load up and dig in on a punch. It's not going to get there quite as quick as if you're loose, right? So when Vanderaa kicks, you could potentially catch it. I think he's going to knock him out, but like 60-40 maybe, okay. I'm not sold.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you, man. It's not an absolute sure thing he's getting the knockout. I could see him on the floor in some really awkward position and then something getting locked up, man. This is a hard fucking match.
Yeah.
Man. Weird. It's a weird fight. It's like you want to pick a 44-year-old Oleinik or you pick a Vanderaa who hasn't been towards the top, man. Weird fight.
Agreed, and just something to think about is, what opportunities will Oleinik even have to present his game as to where the fight starts on the feet. So, that's going to help Vanderaa. I think he'll be able to capitalize.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree, and I like that we are seeing it similarly now.
Now we're,
now we're agreeing. This is good.
This is so good.
This is close
this
too.
is entertainment for the people. Now we're on the same page.
I like that we're on the same page on this one, man. Minus 115, Vanderaa, Oleinik, minus 105. It's close, man. You can find Oleinik at plus 100. It's one of those situations where it's like, okay, do you go Vanderaa to win by knockout? You prop it plus 165, or you go Oleinik by sub plus 165. Same line, different method of victory. I think it goes one of two ways. It's either submission for Oleinik or knockout for Vanderaa, man. That's it. That's how I see it, bro.
Yep. And if Oleinik can get to the top position, get that big man tired, start weighing on him, then I think if Oleinik wins by submission, I'm guessing late. I'm guessing third round.
I like it. Yeah, I think a tired Vanderaa could succumb to the grappling. So we'll find out. We'll see. Weird matchup. We're both liking the Vanderaa side, though, which is kind of happy to hear that. Man. Let's keep running, though. This next one is Mickey Gall versus Mike Malott. Now, Mike Malott is coming in with a good amount of hype. Team Alpha Male coach, winning streak, looked really good on the Contender Series with a quick submission. But let's remember this about Mike Malott. Since 2017, he has fought 3 minutes inside of the cage. That's not a lot of time fighting. And you look at Mickey Gall since 2017, has essentially become something, right? And has had a lot of UFC experience. There has been not, I guess, the best continuous fights for Mike Malott, for whatever reason, late injuries and whatnot lead to setbacks that he's not able to fight. So his consistency hasn't been there. But what we have seen is finishing ability. Now, I know he got dropped recently. It was, I believe, 2 fights ago. Granted, I'm not taking that like, oh, he got dropped, so I'm throwing it against him for that. Mickey Gall is like a long, rangy dude who really shines on the floor. Now, both guys are black belts in jiu-jitsu as well. So let's note this. Both guys jiu-jitsu black belts. On the feet, I have so many questions about Mike Malott. How good is he really on the feet? A lot of hype is there. He's got the kickboxing, a little bit of a karate background and whatnot. From what I've seen, I'm not jumping out of my chair saying, oh my God, this guy looks fantastic. I think Mickey Gall is a really tough UFC debut. I think he's a really hard debut. I'm thinking the Mickey Gall side, Mike. What do you think of this matchup, bro?
They may both be jiu-jitsu black belts, AJ, but not all black belts are made the same. Mike Malott is a pro jiu-jitsu competitor. His strangle game is on a whole other level. I think if these two rolled in like a pro grappling setting, they bring their black belts out, I'm thinking maybe 30-second submission for Malott. Maybe it goes a minute. I think Malott's a lot better at jiu-jitsu. With that being said, that's also where Mickey Gall is competent. So then looking at the other areas, they're wrestling similar. I like Malott's takedowns a little better. Mickey Gall can wrestle a little bit. And then the striking, neither of these guys are strikers. I mean, let's be honest. Mickey Gall's not the best striker either. You agree with me there, AJ.
He's improved, but he's not.
Yeah.
No, that's what makes this matchup kind of weird, right? Is I guess how good is the wrestling of Malott? That's the ultimate difference maker.
Well, and AJ, a big difference maker for me is that the threats for Malott are not coming from Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall's going to have a hard time submitting him, man. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's not going to do that. So with that being said, then you're thinking, well, can he hurt him on the feet? I haven't seen enough evidence of that, man. Mickey Gall is, remember when Mike Perry was walking him down, just manning him up? It's just like the physicality, the danger is not there from Mickey Gall. I like Malott in this fight. I'm on the other side. Solid disagreement for the people. I got Malott, and brother, I think he might submit him.
Okay. I'm going Mickey Gall by decision. I see it being a competitive matchup, man. I guess I want to see Mike Malott in there for some cage time. I need him for at least 2 to 3 rounds, man, because there's, the tape you can find that's recent is limited, right? When you watch it, going back, you can find the longer fights with Duadu. When you look at the past 3, it's quick. It's easy work. He's running through the guys that he's fighting against. And I guess that shows he's a good level. But it also, I guess, leaves a lot of room for questions, man. So I'm wondering, and I want to find out. Prove me wrong, Mike Malott, but I got to go with experience, man. I'm going Mickey Gall with the experience, brother. Now, as far as the line, too, and you can say your piece, Mike. I'm going to pull the line up.
I was just going to ask, would you rather see, as a betting man, if you're putting a bet on Mickey Gall, would you rather see Mickey Gall try to kickbox with him? Or would you see Mickey Gall do his normal thing?
Kickbox. I think Mickey Gall nowadays is slowly adapting into a okay striker. Like, it's gotten better. I know the last one, Morono was able to get him, but I look before that. I mean, beating Jordan Williams, it's not a bad performance.
Sure.
I mean, I think
Good point.
Mike Malott will be more poised than Williams. My biggest, like, I know this is a total off tangent with Jordan Williams, but my biggest thing that I notice with Jordan Williams, the problem is over aggressiveness. And I think it because like he's gotten some knockouts, right? He's confident in his hands. He's going to press. He's going to rush. He's going to end up, I think, getting, touched up by a lot of dudes. And Ian Garry did it to him. Mickey Gall did it to him. I'm not saying that that's like a comparable fight, but more just, I think Mickey Gall is decent on the stand-up. I feel like the hands aren't bad, but it's not like I'm telling you, yes, bro, Mickey Gall is my guy. I love him as an underdog. So I guess as a betting man, how do I feel about this matchup? It's a low confidence dog pick.
Got it.
I would say because it's a lot of question marks around Mike Malott. Like people are gonna pick him, and all the people might be fucking correct and go money and Mike Malott gets it. But personally, man, I gotta see more. I've only seen there's 3 minutes of recent footage from the guy, 3 minutes of cage time recently. That's just a big concern for me, I guess, is the lack of consistent experience.
Got it. There you go. Sounds good. This is kind of Curtis Blade's criticism of Khamzat Chimaev. Like, why is everybody calling him a great striker? We haven't seen much of it yet. We're about to find out on Saturday. Sir. Both of those questions.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's go. I'm excited, man. Now, as far as betting side, Mike, your guy, Mike Malott, I guess the fellow Mikes, Team Mike out here, he is minus 180 as a favorite. Like, what's your confidence on him? Like, would you tell people to bet? Like, are you more like, let's find out some more about this guy?
I never really tell people to bet because this is not financial advice. You guys got to decide that, but it's one of my more confident picks on the card. I would say this is, like Khamzat's, well, all right, we'll get to it, but it's one of my more confident picks on the card, man. I like this one for sure. It's something that I'll consider looking at. And generally I bet Moneyline, but I wonder what that submission looks like.
Now I gotta know for you. So Mike, the submission Mystic Mike touch here, it is sitting at plus 360 for the best value. So for a guy, you're believing in that jiu-jitsu,
brother. I think Malott's a lot better, bro. I think it's.
I'm excited. I'm excited to find out, bro. I really am, bro.
On the floor.
On the floor.
I'm saying on the floor. When they're grappling, I like Malott.
Okay. I can say that that's definitely possible, man. We're gonna find out on fight night, man, and I'm excited for this matchup. Let's keep running this next fight, ladies. Aspen lad, Raquel Pennington. Pennington did take this fight on a bit of short notice, not a ton, but still, there's something to note. Raquel Pennington, to me, I really am like a fan of her just general consistency. Right? Like, I feel like she's always looking pretty decent. She fights Holly Holm, loses a close split decision. She's a hard matchup for a lot of girls. Aspen Ladd on the other side, I'm just not feeling the hype, I guess. And you know what? It kind of, the train has crashed. She's taken 2 losses, but a stand-up game doesn't impress me a ton. I think that her boxing is always going to be limited by the way she has her stance. I think it's almost like she's holding it back. Like you remember like those kids that would box in the backyards and they would lean in and lean out with their punches. And it was like very based on, I think the way she has her hands so close to her face is just, I don't know. I just think that's a losing strategy, right? For an evolving kickboxing game. But as far as Raquel Pennington, I really think she's like a pretty solid striker, not jumping out the page with finishing ability, but I like her. As far as in the grappling, I think Pennington is very good in the clinch, but I think if you are talking about on the ground, if Ladd is on top, she's a danger to a lot of women at 135. So that's the biggest concern. Will it get there? Mike, that's my question for you.
Yeah, that's my question for the ladies. They got to figure that shit out. It's a tough one, man. I've been on the fence about this one. When I first saw it, I thought, Rocky. And then, I started watching a little more Aspen Ladd. And while I think there's so many opportunities for Rocky to let her hands go on the feet, I mean, let's talk about it. You mentioned it a little bit, but there's also a little note I have, which is that when she blocks her head, she goes like this all the way up, which leaves her ribs exposed. So your liver's on the right side. If Rocky can start ripping some body shots, I mean, that's kind of Rocky's style. She lets her hands go. She likes to box. It seems like there are a lot of windows and opportunities there. This girl, if I was training somebody to fight Aspen Ladd, I'd say kick her in the ribs hard, because she's going to think it's coming upstairs once and that thing's going to go right through. I don't like how she blocks. It's too much movement. And like you said, there's a little bit of there's a little bit of awkwardness to it. With that being said, she's been pretty effective because she takes girls down and beats them up. She could probably do it to Rocky too. I started leaning Aspen Ladd. I'm like on the fence, bro. I'm never going to tell you guys to bet on this one. Listen, Rocky can do it. Rocky just needs to get that takedown defense on point. It's all about the takedowns in this fight. I like Rocky on the feet. I agree with you. It's just Aspen Ladd kind of wants it more, dude. It seems like Aspen Ladd's got that, in the third round, she's going to dig deeper. Am I crazy?
You're not crazy for that pick. You're not crazy for that pick. So I can get your side. The reason that I guess I don't like Aspen Ladd is I look back at Yana Kunitskaya. That fight, when it was in the clinch, it was competitive. And I see Raquel. Raquel is the girl that, like, I guess if you would call anybody a clinch fighter, I really think Raquel's
fair
game
enough.
is so clinch heavy. And the biggest thing is when I look back towards the Aspen Ladd and Kunitskaya fight, I saw Ladd getting good positions, but she would kind of blow her wad getting over aggressive. Yeah. Now, of course, she can improve since then, but dude, Rocky is consistent. So I'm going to go Rocky, man, but I don't hate the Aspen Ladd side.
You're starting to sell me, bro. Damn it. Listen. I'll buy the car, AJ. Let's go. No. I'll stay on the other side.
Okay. All right. Listen, man, don't feel bad if you got to join the dark side, my brother.
I'm Humpty Dumpty on this one, bro. I don't know which side of the fence. I like Rocky, man. I'm kind of a Rocky fan.
I'm a Rocky
I just hope she doesn't end up on bottom in this fight. And, I hope she's able to dig deep because I do see her slow down a little bit sometimes. And, Aspen Ladd's got that fire. I love seeing her come out of the corner and freaking, like she's got that third round energy I like to see out of a fighter.
Yeah, I like it, bro. I like it, dude. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Listen. I'm excited. I'm laughing at this comment right here. Where's AJ's at? So this the new guy sounds like AJ. This is AJ Chimaev, brother. This is AJ Chimaev, man. Listen, special edition. I just had to show the fresh cut, man. I'll get the hat back on for the lock of the night section. Don't worry, guys. It's coming out. It's coming out, bro. What is up, brother? What is up? But yeah, bro. I think that it's understandable why you're like, teetering towards Ladd. I see why people are attacking her because she's plus money. She's sitting at plus 160, plus 155. But bro, I like Raquel minus 180, minus 170. I have Raquel parlayed up too, bro.
I hope if it's Raquel, I hope she goes body shot when Aspen does one of these. I would love to see that whole, exposed because we need to see the body being blocked by the elbows, and it's just not there, man. Rocky could get a nice little KO in this one. That's a risk Aspen's going to run.
I'm excited, bro. This is a fight that has me pretty pumped. I personally like the money line on this one. No matter what side you're on, I think there could be a finish. Like it's one of those ones I don't really want to touch the props. I'm going Pennington. Mike, you're going
double. Excuse me. Aspen Ladd. Pennington, if she's going to win, is going to use her hands. Aspen Ladd, if she's going to win, is going to get on top. You tell me who's going to win the wrestling. I think the answer to that is the answer to who wins that fight.
Let's find out, man. I'm going Pennington, brother. I'm going Pennington. Let's keep running. And I like the mild disagreement there. I like that you went like, listen, lock of the night, Aspen Ladd. That's my dog.
Hey, you're with the people. You got the favorite. I'm over here talking crazy, bro.
Nah, you're not talking crazy, brother. Let's talk about this next one, though, and let's see if you are talking crazy. It's Rozenstruik, Marcin, Tybura. Fun heavyweight fight, man. Striker versus grappler. This is a matchup like we've seen Tybura in a lot. He tends to take on a lot of guys that have minimal ground games and really good stand-up games.
Yep.
Do you think this goes similar to a Walt Harris or a Greg Hardy fight? Or do you think that this is more like the Augusto Sakai matchup where Rozenstruik can run right through Tybura? What are your thoughts, Mike?
I don't know if I've ever seen something like Greg Hardy on his back. Whoa. Like what an impressive athlete. But man, I have white belt students who can know how to shrimp and just do some basics. Man, that is brutal. I would not compare Tybura to Greg Hardy's ground game, man. Wow. But Tybura and Rozenstruik is definitely a fight where Rozenstruik's going to want to let his hands go. And I'm sorry, I meant Rozenstruik's ground game compared to Rozenstruik's going to want to let his hands go. Tybura's going to want to get on top. I think Rozenstruik is going to find the chin in this fight. I think Rozenstruik's super, super powerful. He just needs to be able to disengage with these guys. He's constantly ending up in these grappling situations where he's stuck on one knee, stuck against the fence, stuck tucked in. He needs to separate. He needs to use his feet more, get out from in front of these guys. Some of these heavyweights move like trains. They just come down the track. You got to step off of those tracks. If Rozenstruik puts a right hand, left hook down the pipe, I think he can knock this guy out, man. I'm going to go Rozenstruik, but there's a hole in his game. Be careful.
I'm glad to hear that, bro. Well, listen, I go back to the Curtis Blades fight. The Curtis Blades fight. I'm like picking up some type of fucking off-brand accent on this stream.
Curtis Blades wrestling, though. Come on, man. That's a beast.
I look at that fight, and Jairzinho Rozenstruik, he did okay. Of course, he got taken down, but he didn't get ran through on the floor. He was able to get back up to his feet. Like, I'm impressed, man. I think that Tybura's game on the feet is so limited. So limited. He's just not a great stand-up fighter. He doesn't shine there. Doesn't have awesome offensive wrestling, but if he is able to get this fight to the floor, especially if Rozenstruik tries for the knockout, blows his wad, and can't get Tybura out of there, then it could definitely go Tybura. I'm gonna go Rozenstruik with you, bro. I'm going Rozenstruik by KO. I think that's probably what happens here. But it really is going to depend on if Tybura can eat the punches and if Rozenstruik is willing, which I believe he will be, to be patient for the knockout and not just go nuts. You look at the reason that, look at Walt Harris, right? Explosive power striker. Doesn't have the highest fight IQ, blows his wad, rushes for the knockout, and isn't super technical. He's just a beast athlete. Same can be said about Greg Hardy. Isn't very technical. Rozenstruik is so much better technically. This guy's got tons of pro kickboxing experience.
He is patient.
He's going to be patient out there, and I think he finds the knockout. He doesn't rush it. He doesn't use that explosive craziness. He's got a lot of stiff power, and if he touches you, you go down, and I do think Tybura falls victim this weekend, man.
Rozenstruik KO. We just doubled up.
Let's go. As far as the line on that one, I actually like it a lot. I'm playing it personally. Rozenstruik money line is -150. Tybura +135 is the dog. But knockout for Rozenstruik, you're getting a little bit of plus money, +110. So it's not a bad play because I do personally think it's going to happen. And I personally want to say, let me jump a little something.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's not a terrible play.
Nah, I don't think so, man. I like it, bro. Rozenstruik, and I'm glad we're both on the same side, man. Jairzinho, let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do. Let's keep running, man, because we got the featured prelim of the night, and it is Ian Garry, Darian Weeks, man. The hype train, Ian Garry. He's coming through. I mean, this guy the future. He's saying he's the best on the mic outside of Conor McGregor and Chael Sonnen.
Whoa.
I was like, damn, buddy. Yeah, I think you're rushing it. My man. Like, don't claim you're the best on the mic. It's all about being best in the cage first and just be good on the mic and let it flow. That's my personal take. Ian Garry is a pretty good striker, a solid grappler. He's a kid that has tools. He's well-rounded overall. Darian Weeks is a bit of an X factor. You see him in his UFC fight. He takes on a guy, Brian Barberena. Takes it on a week's notice, not even 5 days notice. So you're fighting Brian Barberena on 5 days notice, and you go to a close decision with him. Some people thought he won that fight. You fight him again, full camp. I think Weeks definitely has his way, and Barberena is a difficult matchup. Now, you look Ian Garry. I think Garry technically is superior to a Brian Barberena, but Barberena's tenacity and experience is something that is definitely, I guess at least good, chips in the hat or whatever you call it, little brownie points towards Darian Weeks, just overall improving skill set. So when I look at this fight, I feel like it could be Darian Weeks surprising us all, or Ian Garry proves I am the future, or at least I am the present, and gets a big knockout. What side are you kind of thinking, Mike? Are you on the Ian Garry side? I know we talked a little bit about this fight last week when we did the off-week show, but we didn't go in detail. What are your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I was watching some of Ian Garry's Cage Warrior fights. His striking is significantly more technical, man. I think he's going to be able to catch Weeks. Weeks can load up and get a little too wild sometimes, and there's some holes there. Like there's some things available. I think Garry moves around the cage and is able to knock him out. You might be right, though. He might be a little overhyped at this point, maybe getting a little too much credit. I'm going to go with Garry. I think the future is able to get it done on the feet here. Not the best matchup I'd want to see against him to beat him. If you wanted to beat Ian Garry, I think we should take him down. I don't think that's the fight we're going to see. Ian Garry gets a knockout.
Okay. So what I'll tell you, what I like is the potential of Weeks surprising us. He is a wrestler originally. I know he's become known more as a striker. You look, his outside the UFC days, he's using his hands. He fought as a pro boxer. Actually, crazy enough, this loss that he has is a close split decision. The guy was 5-0 at the time. Now the guy's 10-0, and he gave him a close fight. That was something I was like, oh, that's interesting, man. I'll be honest, I didn't find it online, but it's a fight that I would want to see. I feel like Darian Weeks standing up could surprise some people, but mixing in the takedown attempts. He doesn't have to be successful. It's going to be the attempts. I believe no matter what, I think this is a great test for Ian Garry. This is a fight where it's like, okay, you're fighting another guy who's on the come up that has some momentum. Granted, yeah, lost, but short notice. Yep. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm crazy, bro. I'm going Darian Weeks for the upset, man.
We're getting crazy on this one. Let's go.
I'm going for it, bro. I just have this. I don't know. I think he might get the KO, might get the decision. Prove me wrong, Ian Garry, but I'm going Darian Weeks, who is plus 300 as an underdog. Garry minus 350 favorite. It's kind of an unbettable side, but dude, I'm joining the tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist, and I'm saying that Ian Garry, the reason you have to also doubt him, the thing that, you know, my people have been saying about, remember his wife was like, you know, his manager, she's controlling everything he does, this, and that. You remember that, bro?
Wow, yes.
That's not the main reason, but I know a lot of people were all over that conspiracy last week, bro. I like Weeks' chances here, man. I'm going with the underdog side, man. Call me crazy for it, and shit, I damn well might be. We're going to find out on fight night. I like over 1.5, though, at minus 190. That's a decent little touch too, something that I like. I think that at least Weeks would last. I don't think he's a guy who gets knocked out quick. You look at the Jordan Williams fight, with Williams having the success that he did and then getting knocked out. And we talked about this one like earlier on the same episode. Like I kind of said, like, it's like Jordan Williams, I'm not saying he gave him the knockout, but if you rush a guy with your chin completely out there and they have a competent boxing game, they're going to find a straight shot and they're going to knock you out. And that's what happened with Ian Garry. I don't think Weeks makes those same mistakes is really what I'm saying. So ultimately, I think it's more of a test for Ian Garry, regardless of what happens. I mean, think we're in store for a good one. I'm going underdog, baby. Let's go. Let's go nuts.
Woo! Let's go nuts. All right, I'll go third round KO for Garry. But man, I wouldn't be shocked if Weeks tried to force the fight a little too quick and got clipped, brother. It's going to be a good one. I like the matchup. I think it's going to be a fun fight for sure. This is going to be a great way to end the prelims, right?
Yeah, this is the featured prelim of the night, man. They're giving Ian Garry the spotlight.
I like it. I like it.
Let's see. Let's see. Now let's jump towards the main card. Guys, if you haven't yet, make sure to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn the post notifications on. Vinc Pichel, Mark O. Madsen. Battle between lightweights here. It's an interesting matchup, bro, because Vinc Pichel is not I don't want to say not a quality striker, but he's an awkward striker. He's a guy that fights a little weird. He'll switch his stances. He'll attack low. It's like, I don't know. It's like almost looks like he's doing a little bit of a dance as he's moving around sometimes. Like he has this weird rhythm to him. Definitely not a guy with a normal fight pattern.
True.
Madsen, beast athlete, Olympic silver medalist, Greco-Roman wrestling, which he's not going to have the double leg game or the single leg game, but inside of the clinch in the close range, I think that Greco-Roman comes in handy, man. Vinc Pichel, known as a guy that's pretty good on the ground too. I think Madsen could definitely beat him inside of the clinch positions and with the takedowns. But if it actually goes to the floor, how much success will Madsen have? I've been a little bit torn on this one, but I am leaning the Madsen dog side. What do you think of this fight, Mike?
I like the fight. I think, again, you got two guys who are not great strikers, and you know, it could end up being decided in that area. But I just think Madsen's going to get a hold of him, man. I don't think that. First off, Clay Guida beat the Olympian. I'm sorry, Clay Guida should have got that decision. That was a phenomenal performance by Clay Guida. It was one of the best of his career. That's my guy from Johnsburg, Illinois, way back. I knew Clay when he was freaking like 2-0 as a pro, you know. Actually lost his first pro fight because he got in there drunk. He got in there because somebody fell out of a fight in the XFO. So he made his pro debut on like 2 hours notice. That guy right there, he deserved that decision. So that was tough to see. I think the Olympian gets it done here. Look, Madsen's only getting better. He's so young in this game of mixed martial arts. I think he's going to get a hold of him, drag him onto the floor, and be able to avoid submissions. Very physically powerful. And if you're going to beat Madsen, you better tag him up on the feet. Pichel's not the right guy for the job. I got Madsen decision.
I like that, bro. And I was also going to note with the Mark O. Madsen side, it's definitely the athleticism. Like, even though his stand-up is not great, it's definitely like you can see the high-level athlete. And with Pichel, I actually think stylistically, Clay Guida is a worse matchup for Marco Madsen than Vinc Pichel is, man. So I'm on Marco Madsen with you, bro, and it's cool to see we're both attacking the underdog here because the line right now is sitting around plus 105 to plus 115, favoring the favoring the Pichel side is the favorite. Oh, Madsen, though, dog, like that's favorable for us, man. I like the underdog. What do you think, though? Method of victory, decision.
Decision, man. I think he just grinds them out. I don't think it's all that different from the Clay fight. It's just that Clay brings that pace and tries to tire you out. I don't think Pichel's going to get Madsen tired. And when you lock up with Madsen, it's a freaking strong wrestler, brother. You feel that shit. So I think he's going to control the cage. And man, in these 5-minute rounds, it's tough to win rounds against somebody who's the better wrestler.
Plus 260 for win by decision. Marco Madsen. Me and Mike both on the underdog. Oh, Madsen for the W. I like it to start this main card off, man. I'll be honest, though. I honestly thought, damn, it would have been nice to have Jairzinho and Tybura opening the pay-per-view. But you know why they didn't do it? Because this fight has more potential to be, I don't want to say a snoozer, but less casual fan appeal. Versus Jairzinho, I think it's an entertaining fight. That's going to get the pay-per-view sold, man. That's what I think.
Sure, good point. Look at you putting your business hat on. Excuse me, no hat today.
No hat today, but we'll pull it out for the locks, baby. All right, let's jump to the next one. It is
Let's go.
Tecia Torres and Mackenzie Dern. Mike, I want to just let you fully kick this one out and give us the Mike Finch breakdown on this matchup, man, because I'm very curious your side. I have mine already locked in, brother.
Tecia Torres is a great mixed martial arts fighter. She has skills everywhere, and she's fought the who's who in this division. Tecia Torres has been there, done that. She's a real vet in the UFC at this point. Mackenzie Dern, although her hands do look better, for sure, Jason Perillo has helped her out a lot, is still more of a specialist. She's going to want to get this thing on the floor. She's going to want to impose her game. So the question is she going to be capable of doing that? As good as Tecia Torres is and as well-rounded as she is, I think the biggest difference is going to be when these two girls start fighting in the takedowns and the clinches. I think Dern is just going to slowly start working to that back. I think Dern is slowly going to start getting to the spots where she needs to get in this fight. If she's able to, I think she could still win by, arm bars, rear naked chokes. She's the more dangerous of the two. If Tecia Torres wins this thing, she should move her feet a lot, kick the calves, let her punches go quickly, just win a close decision. And it's a tough one to pick. It really is tough. Another one I've been on the fence about, another one I'm not going to bet on. I'm going to go with Costa Mesa's. I'm going to go with Mackenzie Dern, and I think Mackenzie Dern is going to do it via a late submission, maybe in a tough fight where she lost the first 2 rounds because Torres, more of a round winner. Mackenzie Dern, the better grappler. If you let these two girls go without a round, who's going to finish who? I got Dern all day. It's just that in these 5-minute rounds, she's going to have to get on that back, get to those spots. Does she do it? I'll say she does.
I like Tecia, bro. I'm on the opposite side of you here, man. I'll tell you why I like Tecia, though.
Go ahead.
Personally, what I like from her is the speed, the footwork, and the fact, like, one thing that those like smaller individuals that are really quick on the mat that are just fucking hard to get a hold of sometimes. That's what I kind of see with Tecia Torres' game. Really physically strong. Yes, Dern, if you put the gis on him, I say Dern taps her out. No gi, I'd still say Dern gets her, but it's a harder. In the cage with punches, I don't know, man. I think Tecia Torres by decision, bro. I think she's going to go long here. If Dern does win the fight, I personally think she's got to be prepared to get that decision. My biggest thing with Dern that I haven't been liking, bro, is I feel like the stand-up was looking better, and then it really stalled out. And it just I don't know, like it looked, I think against Marina Rodriguez, I hate to say it, but at times I was like, this is amateuristic. Why are you throwing this wide of hooks and switching your stance and you're off balance? Like there's things that it looked like she was improving though, and then it kind of went backwards. I don't know what's going on in the training room.
Performance, I agree.
And I'm not going to hold just one against her. She's still a very good fighter. Tecia Torres, even though she's lost to the best, and she is really consistent. So that's why I'm a Tecia Torres guy. I'm going Tecia for the win, and I also want to note the line on this mashup. Tecia is a slight underdog at plus 100. So I am on the Tecia side, bro. I like her here. It's close money, but what I love is over 2.5 because I do think, even you said later submission if Dern is to win, I think the over is a fairly decent play. I like the over in a parlay too. I have it locked up with an over. So I like over 2.5. I like Tecia for the win by decision.
I feel that, man. That's a good pick. If Ticia's going to win this fight, she's going to be a better mixed martial arts fighter. She's going to use her hands. She's going to move her feet. She's going to use her kicks too. Just don't be getting them caught. I think that's not a crazy pick at all, man. I'm going with the better jiu-jitsu player, but it has to get in her realm, man. I agree that Tecia Torres is excellent. I like Jason Perillo as a coach. I think that they could still turn her hands up, and she's got a lot of room to improve. Like just like Mark Madsen's and newer to a mixed martial arts fighter, Mackenzie Dern is newer to striking, so she should continue to get better. I agree, bad performance, but those improvements I saw, I think it's possible we see a good performance from Dern.
I like it, bro. Listen, it's not impossible. I like your side, and plus 200 for the submission prop, bro. I got to note it to you. You can even actually find it upwards of more than that. You can find it upwards of plus 250. So Dern by sub is where the plus money's at. I personally like the over. I'll note the over 2.5. It is minus 195. I like that as a parlay piece personally. I am feeling Torres. Mike is feeling Mackenzie Dern. Very interesting matchup between these ladies. I can't wait to see it go down,
It is.
bro.
Good fight.
Yeah, great fight, bro. Let's keep running up the card. The next one, Khamzat Chimaev, Gilbert Burns. Mike, you know I gotta take the microphone on this one because today I have the AJ Chimaev. Look out here, brother. I gotta smidge Gilbert Burns, brother. I gotta smidge these guys. I'm on Khamzat Chimaev. He is, for me, my number one fighter, period, in combat sports. That's my guy. I'm a Khamzat Chimaev believer through and through. I said it since the first time I ever saw this guy fight pre-UFC. I am a Khamzat man. Khamzat for the win. He destroys Gilbert Burns. He lays waste to him, brother, in the first round or two. I could see it going to the second. I think Gilbert Burns is going to give it his all. That giving it his all, though, might also get him caught with a straight punch and put unconscious. Don't be surprised if Chimaev surprises us, takes him down, and beats him ground and pound. And it's like, holy fuck. He just put a jiu-jitsu champion on the mat and beat the brakes off of him on the floor. I love Khamzat Chimaev. For me, he's an extremely confident pick. AJ Chimaev, listen, bro, it's a Chimaev fight week. We got the fucking no stash look. We got the hair. Come on. This is Chimaev through and through. You guys know it. So Chimaev for the W, and I'm going knockout. Mike, what do you think?
I think Khamzat Chimaev could be the best fighter we've ever seen. You know, there's a lot of question marks still about what he's going to look like striking longer with higher level competition, what his gas tank is like. The problem with this matchup for Gilbert Burns is Gilbert does not present either of those problems. On the feet, Gilbert throws a little wide. You know, he did hurt the champ, Kamaru Usman. So me and AJ were just talking about when Matt Serra knocked out GSP. Like, you know, you got to be careful and give credit to some of these grapplers who could throw a hard punch. But it's nothing compared to the striking that Khamzat Chimaev has been able to garner with sparring with, you know, Gustafsson and just all the incredible strikers down there. So I really, really think that Khamzat's the better striker here. Now let's go into the grappling. Do I have to say anything about the wrestling? Khamzat Chimaev's wrestling is the most impressive wrestling I've seen since John Jones first jumped into the UFC, or maybe even Daniel Cormier launching Dan Henderson through the air. Like, it's impressive wrestling. Go into the jiu-jitsu. You know, in this fight, I think if it was a pro jiu-jitsu match, Burns would be doing leg locks. Burns would be trying to do things that aren't going to be the best in a mixed martial arts fight, only 15 minutes. Damn, man, I'm going to go Khamzat all day. I think Khamzat Chimaev is going to let his hands go and get a knockout in this fight. I agree with you. And if he chooses to take him down, I think he could dominate there. Guys, one of the biggest things to look at in this fight is that Khamzat Chimaev likes to fight at 185 sometimes. Gilbert Burns would never fight at 185. Gilbert Burns was a 155-pounder early in the UFC. That's going to show on Saturday night. Khamzat Chimaev lets his hands go, maybe lets his legs go too, because he's been training with the Tiger Muay Thai team, and shows his superior striking.
Yeah, man. I'm so excited, bro. Yeah, Khamzat for the W from both of us. We were talking even last week, like, Gerald Mearshart is a huge individual. Khamzat dropped him one punch, put him out. If you match up Gilbert Burns and Gerald Mearshart, bro, I'm just saying, I don't think that's a good matchup for the much smaller Gilbert Burns, bro. So I think I like Khamzat, bro. Khamzat all day, brother.
Interesting thought experiment there. That's the size difference is that extreme. You know, you guys saw them in their flip flops facing off with each other by the fitness. You know, Khamzat's towering over him, man. Khamzat's going to be a problem on the feet, closing the distance on that guy. Good luck. Good luck, bro. Good luck to him. Minus 500 is the line, though, for Chimaev. And then Burns is sitting at a plus 440 underdog. You know, I respect Gilbert Burns a lot, man, but I just don't think he has a chance to pull this one out, bro. Like, I really don't. I think it's going to be domination
by Khamzat Chimaev. Now, as far as betting side, I'll give you the line on Khamzat Chimaev wins by a KO. The line for that is about -105. It's upwards of +135, +150, even if you go elsewhere. I love the knockout prop. Mike, you kind of thinking the same type of thing?
Yes, because you could also get it done on the ground. He could score that knockout just by controlling that far wrist and wrecking with some hooks, man. You know, it's his reaction to shoot. So you would be hard pressed to think that Khamzat would submit Gilbert Burns. That'd be a hell of a statement. I think the way Khamzat wins this fight is by knockout. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so, bro. And look at this too. Under 2.5 rounds might be your sneaky steal on this card, -200. I think Chimaev finishes him. You can't touch Chimaev money line. Touch Chimaev under 2.5. You don't have to play Chimaev. You have under 2.5. That's probably how it's going. If Burns is to win, I think it's Burns catching with a really weird shot and then locking up a submission potentially. Don't think it's going to happen. It's Chimaev by knockout under 2.5, guys. That's your money touch right on that one, personally.
Khamzat Chimaev show is rolling into Florida. AJ, what's up, bro? Are you cage side? What's popping, bro?
Listen, bro, I'm gonna be here, bro. I'm gonna be audience side.
Bro.
I'm gonna be internet side.
That's
I'm gonna be
boy,
live.
Man.
I got the look. I'm supporting them from afar, but I'm gonna be right here, right on the channel. So guys, check out the live stream. We're doing the full card fight companion. The shoeies will be popping, and I'm excited for it. Let's look at this bad boy.
Uh-oh.
It's a special week, guys. So I'm keeping the likes low for the shoey. I'll do 120 likes for the first shoey, and then I'm hoping we get a second one at 200 likes so I can go back and forth, bro. I got the shoe out here. This was actually this was the Dagestani shoe right here. This is, or excuse me, Chechenian shoe. This is from Chechnya, brother. This is the shoes, brother. This is the shoe.
It's perfect.
I grew up in the shoe, brother. Yeah, Khamzat gave me the shoe, actually, man.
Absolutely disgusting, but I'm sure you guys will be hella entertained with that shit. Enjoy it. There you go. AJ's not there live, so he can hang out with you.
Yes, bro. I got to do it for my people, man. You guys know I always come through for you. Glad to see me and Mike on the same side, and he's not on the other side of the fence. Because if you were on Burns, man, I wouldn't have been able to take it.
I thought about pranking you with a Burns prediction.
You
Brother,
I would have been
this
shocked.
is a bad matchup for Burns. If you made a bad matchup in a lab for Gilbert Burns, you'd want a taller striker who throws straight down the pipe, who's more powerful with the wrestling, so Gilbert can't get him to the ground and is going to have problems with the range because of the height and the reach. And then, of course, on the ground, somebody who could deal with him. This is a tall task for Gilbert Burns.
Too tall. And it's going to be Khamzat. Let's go to the next one. This one's interesting. Aljamain Sterling, Petr Yan, the rematch.
Holy
First
shit.
fight was, the illegal knee.
Over with.
Yeah. This one here, bro. This one here. I feel like when you look at it, it's hard to pick against Yan, bro. It's so hard to pick against Yan. Petr Yan is so well-rounded. He was beating Aljo in the grappling, the stand-up's better. And let's be honest, man, I think Petr Yan is improving constantly. The gas tank is superior. I think Aljamain Sterling is in big trouble. He's had a lot of fun with the Fanatics. He's loved carrying that belt around. And unfortunately, it's going to be ripped from his shoulder. And we're going to see Petr Yan champion of the world officially once again. What do you think, Mike?
Petr Yan's the better fighter. Aljamain Sterling was doing well early, but he's forcing the fight. And the way Petr's talked about the fight is so accurate. Like, Petr understands so much better than anybody else what happened in that cage. I think he's going to make the adjustments. I think he's going to find the late finish. He'll get Sterling tired again. Sterling, it sounds like to me, did not learn his lesson. If you listen to what he said, Sterling's like, I can go for that pace all day. I can go for that pace for 25 minutes. Really? Under the bright lights against Petr Yan, who's ripping you in the body, who's stuffing all those shots? I don't think so. I think Petr Yan gets a late finish.
I like that, bro. I definitely think high possibility 4-5 type finish, like around that time. Wouldn't be like absolutely shocked if Aljo survived long, but I think he's going to be getting obliterated through, because you said it, right? Aljo has to go so hard. He has to put 100% of himself out there when Yan can go on cruise control at 70. The gas tank, the bar of energy is going to drain a lot faster for Aljamain Sterling, while Yan is still going to have gas. And I think Yan is definitely going to fuck him up here. Torn on method of victory. I definitely think we can be looking at least like an over 2.5 here. As far as the money line odds, you're not going to get value. It's -450 Yan, Sterling +385. Not even close, bro. Now, do we go over 2.5 -220, I do think it goes over 2.5. I do. I believe it's going a little bit longer.
Piotr's going to want to knock his ass out in the first round.
True.
You know, Piotr's going to come out there and want to just catch him with a big uppercut when he comes in, left hook, right hand, come in there, keep the hands up. He's grabbing his ears all the time, moving forward. He wants to embarrass this guy.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind on that long bet. But yes, the I don't think he'll have the option to until Aljamain gets tired. That's when Petr Yan can show really who the champ is.
Yan by KO TKO plus 175. Is that a prop you like, Mike?
Ooh, plus 175. Shit, this thing could go 5, brother. I like money lines, but the odds are a little wide on this one, man.
That's why I kind of like that over, maybe, bro. The over 2.5. Like, if you have to touch this fight, over 2.5 minus 200 isn't a bad addition. Or the knockout for Yan, but it definitely could go distance, bro.
I like that. I agree with what you just said there. I like that. Honestly, for me, wallet stay in the pocket. But Petr Yan and you know, Aljo's a beast, but it's just not the right fight for him, man. I think I go money line just to be safe, but that's me. Have some fun, guys. It's Saturday night.
Have some fun, but let's throw some cash and let's get some thrown back at us. Me and Mike both on Petr Yan and new, but really it seems to be and rightful champion of the world. So definitely an exciting matchup. But let's jump to the main event. If you guys watching haven't, smash the like button. Shout out to everybody watching live. Over 100 people watching live too. And then also my replay gang. Replay gang, got to shout them out as well. Much love to you guys too. So guys, smash the hell out of the likes and subscribe if you're new. Main event, Alexander Volkanovski, the Korean zombie, Chan Jung. I love this fight. Mike, give us the Mike Finch breakdown of the main event, my brother.
Alexander Volkanovski just keeps coming through this division. I still don't think he won that second Max Holloway fight, but on Tuesday I got to hang out with Triple C, Henry Cejudo again, and Henry Cejudo told me, breaking news, he thinks that Volkanovski, after rewatching it, did win that second Max Holloway fight. I disagreed with him, but he told me to rewatch it. I will have to do that. I think Max Holloway is the better of the two. Now, going down the division, it made sense to me that he beat Brian Ortega. It makes sense to me that he'll beat Korean Zombie. The difference here with Zombie is Zombie's not doing his normal thing. He went over to train with Henry. He went over to fight ready. So Henry was able to, you know, instill some reaction, some new things. I loved how when they were teaching him how to shoot, they were teaching him to stuff the head under the middle, because Korean Zombie's got great hips when you shoot on him on straight on, right? It's just when Volkanovski gets his head up on the outside, tries to cut an angle. These things Henry Cejudo could really help him with if he's able to defend those takedowns, which is likely. It's a much closer fight, you know. Korean Zombie's dangerous on the feet. The problem I see here is just Volk's kicks are just too frequent. He's in such good shape, man. Volkanovski's ready to fight 10 rounds. And that's going to be a problem. I think he's going to ticket just a higher clip, higher output, even if he can't out-wrestle him. I mean, if he can't out-wrestle him, Volk's going to finish him. Volk's going to hurt him if he gets on top of him. If he can't, closer fight. Either way, I'm going Volk. I'll stick with the decision. Big respect to Fight Ready, Henry Cejudo, Korean Zombie. Love those guys. I think Fight Ready is going to do wonders for Korean Zombie. Maybe take this thing to a decision instead of what might have happened, which is Korean Zombie ending up on his back.
Yeah, I definitely think Zombie, I'm looking for improvements, and I respect that Fight Ready team. I was earlier in the week thinking maybe we see Zombie get knocked out in the third round. I'm a little bit torn on that one. I'm kind of thinking Volk could land the shot over the top of Zombie, especially if he's beating Zombie's front leg up, and then Zombie's going to be limited with the movement, limited with the power, and I could see Volk hurting him, getting a stoppage. Volk is talking like he needs a knockout here. So it's hard for me to say, oh, man, he's going to win a decision. But from what we've seen, what you've showed me, Volkanovski is a very good point fighter. He fights very well over the 5 rounds, and the guy's relentless. No quit in this man. And I don't see submission by Zombie. I think Zombie's best chance is to knock him out cold in the first round. I think that's where Zombie's going to have the most success. He comes out very fast, meets him in the center, and he lands a perfect combination, drops Volk, and finishes the fight. I think that's really the only way Zombie can win is probably first round knockout. I'd be a little bit surprised even if he got any other time. Like, I think as the fight goes on, Zombie's losing power, that leg's getting beat up, and I think that he's going to be limited, man.
For those of you guys who don't know why he's called Korean Zombie, it's because when you hit this guy, he never dies. He keeps coming forward. He has a phenomenal chin. He is extremely tough. It's hard to get Zombie out of there. saying that you want to finish Korean Zombie, that's a tall task. I think Korean Zombie goes all 5. The way Volk gets the finish, AJ, I think he needs to get on top. If he could start hurting Korean Zombie, taking him down, now we're going to see Volk really take the fight over. We'll see how the wrestling plays out. I think either way, Volk, gets the W. But I think that if we see a great Korean Zombie, we see a more competitive fight, a real threat in the boxing, specifically on the feet, so that it ends up going late, that Volk is smart. He's a champion for a reason. It's because he doesn't take insane risks. He'll keep kicking your lead leg. He'll just, put a little more output out there than you and get that decision. He's done it many times. He might fall back into that pattern again in this fight.
Yeah, I like it, bro. I think most likely you go to what's most comfortable and most likely to succeed, right? I think Volkanovski winning a decision is a very fair pick. I like that one. I'm with you on Volkanovski. Method of victory is washy, but I'm kind of leaning towards decision as the week goes on. I'll also note this. The line is incredibly wide here. You can't touch it. You're looking at minus 800 for Volkanovski at Bet Online. Bovada has him at a special price, minus 450. Jung, Korean Zombie, plus 500. You're touching props here? I don't like any prop, but I did touch the Zombie by KO at plus 1,000, bro.
Whoa,
at plus 1,000.
That's his most likely way to win.
Yeah, you have to. That's it though. There's nothing else on there. You can go Volkanovski to win, maybe over. You can do, I don't know, over 2.5. I don't like here because the value is minus 300, man. It's like maybe you want to go fight goes distance minus 135. There's better bets to be made with less sweat in the main. Volkanovski win by KO is plus 180. Volkanovski wins by decision. I got to note that one too is going to be minus 125. So they are expecting him to win by decision here.
That's not crazy. No, I don't like method of victory on this one either.
I don't either.
I could see this playing out a couple different ways, man. I'm hoping we get A+ level Korean Zombie. He hurts Volk and has good takedown defense. That's the fight I want to see. That's the fight that's going all 5.
Yeah, I like it, bro. I think we're probably going longer. We're both on Volkanovski for the win, and I think it's a great main event. And now we have to segue into the final section here, our money line locks of the night. The hat is on, and we're about to give lock. I had to get.
He switched it up on us.
Listen, when we're talking just money, we're talking with the hat. I gotta pull it out for you guys. I had it off for a bit. Had to show the stylish hair, the new look. The AJ Chimaev flow. But this is time for the pick, bro. It's time for the lock of the night, Mike. I think, you know what? I'm gonna go first on this because I have a weird feeling you're gonna do the exact same one as me. Hopefully you don't. I looked through the card and I said, okay, what is the lock of the night that I want to call? I guess, if we're allowed to say Khamzat Chimaev, mine is obviously going to be Khamzat Chimaev. But because of value reasons, I don't want to say Khamzat Chimaev. And if I said inside distance or by KO, it's not a money line. So we got to stick with the rules. I got to give some value. Because of that, needing value, we can't do Jan. We can't do Volkanovski. I am going to go towards money line, lock of the night, Jairzinho Rozenstruik to win. I think he's going to beat Marcin Tybura. I think it's not a bad touch. And I do think he does it by knockout. And there's definitely some other potential picks that are good, maybe locks too. So Mike, I'm very excited to hear what you got.
Look, I got 3 fights I really like on this card. I like Mike Malloy. I think he's going to be a lot better than Mickey Gall. I like Mark Madsen. I just don't think his opponent offers the right threats to him. I think Mark Madsen will grind out that decision. But come on, guys. Am I allowed to? The biggest mismatch of the year, Khamzat Chimaev versus Gilbert Burns. Khamzat Chimaev is going to go out there and lay waste, as AJ said, to Gilbert Burns. And I never go that crazy with a pick. And I never sound that confident because, like we said, we've seen Gabriel Gonzaga knock out Crow Cop with a head kick. Like, anything could go down in this sport. Khamzat Chimaev should be, 10-1 in all honesty of a favorite here. Khamzat Chimaev all day. I wouldn't mind putting a little something on him. If you guys don't love those odds, I gave you 2 more. That's a dog. Mark Madsen, slight dog, right? I like him in that fight. And then Mike Malloy, much better jiu-jitsu. I'm liking him there too. I think those odds are wrong on those 2 fights. Something juicy, but the risk is higher. With Khamzat Chimaev, you got the guy. I mean, this is the most talented young prospect in mixed martial arts. This guy is on fire. I don't see Gilbert Burns putting that fire out.
I agree, bro. Now, It's not a money line, but I guess I'll include it. What about under 2.5, -190? Khamzat Chimaev, Gilbert Burns fight.
I like that.
That's it. That's not a money line lock of the night, but that is also, I think, a good lock of the night we can both agree on, man. That's what I'm confident in, and I'm touching myself.
There we go. He's touching it. There we go. He's telling you where his wallet's going. That's some honesty right there, my brother. I'll take a look at it, AJ. I will. You know me, man. I don't like to go off. Anytime I do parlays or I start betting, oh, it's gonna go submission. They end up, they have the back and then it's just a TKO. Ah, damn it, So it's tough to pick those. You know why Khamzat by knockout's a good one? Because Khamzat Chimaev is up against this great jiu-jitsu black belt. You would really expect him to keep punching, regardless if they're on the ground or on the feet. That's why knockout might be a little underrated there with those odds. I like that.
Yeah, bro. I think so, man. Looking forward to it, man. Overall, 273 is an absolute fire card. For the people watching, make sure you smash the hell out of that like button. Another great episode of The Money Line with my guy, Mike Finch. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn the post notifications on. Mike, where can the people find you? The ones that don't know. I think plenty of them know, but the ones that don't know, where you at, Mike?
I was able to see Henry Cejudo this week, so I got some videos of him teaching wrestling. You want to learn some wrestling from Triple C? I'm going to post it on my YouTube, guys. Check it out, youtube.com/Mike Finch, The Mike Finch Show. And just a little tidbit, you're not allowed to ask me about it, AJ. I did meet Mike Tyson this week. That was phenomenal. Big shout out to Henry Cejudo for linking that up. I got to meet Iron Mike. So absolute shout out to Henry Cejudo. He's the man. You guys will see some of that content coming out this week. Didn't get to film with Mike. Just wanted to respectfully say hello. But with Henry Cejudo, we got the wrestling techniques coming out. And I'm flying out, AJ. We got Bellator up in San Jose. AJ McKee is going to try to defend this world title against the long reigning champ Patricio Pitbull in the rematch. And then I think you got the two best light heavyweights in the world, Vadim Nemkov defending the title against the tournament, the guy who's been on fire against Ryan Bader, the guy who has been absolutely one of the best wrestlers light heavyweight is seeing Corey Anderson. Those are going to be fun fights. I hope to see you guys there on Showtime. I'll be the guy in the Bellator mask.
Bellator, baby. I'll be tuning into Bellator, bro. I got some picks dropping next week for the tour, the Bellator for your people over at Bellator, Mike. I'm excited for that card too. But 273 this weekend. Cannot wait. Mike, it's a pleasure as always to chat it up with you people. Much love to you. Make sure to smash the likes, guys. Smash the likes. Khamzat Chimaev fight weekend. We got the Khamzat Chimaev look and the little name tag out here. We're having a little fun with it. Excited for it. I'll be live for the full card for the fight companion. So make sure you guys tune in, man.
My guy.
120 likes. We're shooting it down. I'm keeping it on the relatively low side this week so we can get 2 of them because I want to do another one at 200. And then also tomorrow, weigh-in recap show dropping. We'll go through each fight after the weigh-ins, which is always a lot of fun. Mike, much love, my brother. People, much love. We appreciate you guys watching live, you guys watching on replay, anybody that supports us. Thank you all so much. Make sure to subscribe to my guy, Mike Finch, at the Mike Finch Show. Link in the description. Much love, guys. And we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.